afternoon. How's it going, everybody? My name's Damien. Welcome back to Blue Collar. I really appreciate everybody that's been watching. Today we're going to be right back to working on this 67 D100. And if you guys haven't seen any of the videos on this, we've been working on this a lot, okay? We took a break for a few weeks, but we're right back at it. This week we're going to be fixing the seat that we have in the shop over here. And we're going to be putting it back in the cab where it goes, but we're gonna have to tweak a few things, and I'm gonna bring you along the way. We're gonna get that taken care of, and then once we get the seat taken care of, I want to do a little bit of wiring in here, and of course we also have the fuel lines to hook up and take care of up here as well. So that's what I'm shooting for this week, and we're gonna see if we can get that taken care of. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this camera around. I'm gonna open the door here. I'm going to let you guys see more of what we did last week, give you a little recap, if you will. And then we're going to turn our attention to the seat in here and get to work on that. And hopefully, on day 2, we'll have it in there and it'll be looking pretty good. And then we'll start working on this wiring and stuff. But let's go ahead and get this stuff started. Alright, if you guys wouldn't mind following me over here real quick. We're going to go ahead and show you guys the cab first. Last week, all this paint and stuff was bare, and then also over here was bare as well. We didn't have the fuel tank and stuff in there, but now it's all set into place, and doesn't it just look beautiful? Don't mind the rusty pedals, but look at that. Now, that's where the seat's going to be going. Of course, you know, everybody knows that if you know anything about cars, right? But the thing is, the seat here, where they had stuff bolt up, and then somewhere back here there was supposed to be something. It doesn't bolt up properly, and I'll show you guys this in just a second, because we're gonna have to turn around and come right back into here, because the seat in question is this one right here. Now, you can see here the bolt up would have been wrong all the way around. It doesn't matter. My plan is they have these little, it's almost like a rivet or something along those lines. Basically what I'm going to do is cut that off, pull this, cut that one, pull it, vice versa on the other side, and then I'm going to take some square tubing, which I laid somewhere around, yeah, it doesn't matter, somewhere around here. Oh, would you just look at that, it's right there. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hack that in a few pieces, probably here and here. We're going to do some measuring and stuff. And then I'm going to slap that puppy right along here. Drill maybe, weld maybe, don't know yet. Maybe even rivet, who knows. We'll get that taken care of. We'll have 2 square, I think it's an inch. Yeah, an inch and an inch. So it should be, you know, inch. I'm not good with measurements, okay? On both sides, so that should raise it up a little bit. We're still going to have the actuation of the seatage, however you want to call it, the slide forward and backward stuff. But when we lay that tubing in here and on the seat, bring it with me real quick, it's going to probably ride, put it right there. It's going to probably ride somewhere around there. And of course it's going to be on the seat. We're going to set it in there, clean up around where we're going to weld it to it, and then respray it. So that's the plan for now. We'll see how it works. Few days. Alright, yesterday it was raining, had a real bad headache and stuff, didn't do nothing. The day before, had to go to town. So here we are, 2 days later, back doing the same thing, okay? I'm going to try just chiseling the top of these off real quick. And if it don't work, I'll get a grinder or a Dremel. And we'll fix it up real fast. I just want to see if I can knock them off with this. Probably be a little easier. Other than that, I think we're up to speed now. So let's see what we can do. Put that in there. Alright, PSA announcement. You guys got to look at this, because I didn't notice it before, but I noticed it now. We got it knocked off, but let me turn around and show you. Okay, so we went ahead and we knocked that off. Wasn't too difficult, and I was trying to beat this off here, and I was wondering why it wouldn't come off. Well, if you can see these little dots here, those are little spot weld kind of deals, I think. And I'm pretty sure this one's only got one on this side, but regardless, what's going to happen here is I'm going to get a drill bit, and we'll just go ahead and pretend this screw is a drill bit. Just going to stick it right in the middle of that thing and drill it out, and then it should pop right off there. Just want to go ahead and show you guys before I get into, you know, drilling about. You guys don't know what I'm doing. There you go. Also make sure to use a bit that's twice as big, so it takes you 3 times as long, you know. Alright, so I went ahead and we finally got this off of here. I could have drilled a bit more on these two and made it a lot easier, but I did just wind up beating it off with a hammer. And now, here we are. To get these flush, I'm just going to use the grinder, grind these down. I am going to have to knock one of these out. I think I'm going to do this one, because that is where I'm going to use either a weld or either, I don't want to use a screw, but something to hold that in place. I think I might actually use a rivet is what I'm going to do. But we could weld that too if we need to. Now, I'm going to have to do the same thing to all these sides here. And I'm going to spare you guys the time. I'm just going to go ahead and knock it out. We'll come back when all these are off here and ground off. Okay. Now that we got these taken care of all the way around. Took a little bit of time, but we got it done. First things first, I'm going to go eat, and then second, we're going to take care of this piece of square tubing right here. And we're going to measure from end to end, and vice versa on the other side. And then we're going to cut it, drill into it, see if we can get a rivet in there, or whatever, what have you, bolt, screw, anything to make it set right, okay? We'll be right back after this scheduled/unscheduled program of me going to eat, and we'll be right back up here to business. Let's see. So we're only going to be measuring this, alright? And for you guys to see, it's about a foot, okay? It's a little over a foot. It's about a foot and 3/8 maybe? Let's see. Yeah, about a foot and 3/8. So that's what we're going to cut over there, and we're going to have to cut 2 of them. Let me make sure this one's the right size real quick. This one looks like it's about a foot and a quarter and a foot 3/8. They're around the same. I'm going to cut a foot and 3/8 pretty much. For those of you out there that really don't know what a foot is, 12 inches. Okay, 12 inches, 3/8. That's what we're going to cut off of this. So you come over here, you'd make a little tick mark that you can use just about anything. Scratch it with a knife, use some soapstone and stuff. But we're going to be cutting right there, and then obviously another. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in the vise over here, and we're going to go ahead and cut it with a grinder is what I'm going to use. No need to be wasting torch or anything, so let's go over here and do it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this in the vise here. And I already got the grinder and everything set up. But I want to clean up these edges here, so I'm just going to use a pencil. And we're just going to make a mark. We'll straighten this up some more in a minute. But I want to get a lot of that bent piece of metal on the end here off. And then from that, I'll just go ahead and measure 12 inches and 3/8. And then we'll cut another one on the other side. And then we'll be good to go. But I think I can use this straight edge right here. You can pretty much use anything, it don't really matter. Anything that's relatively straight, mark it up. And then you can cut straight through it. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get to cutting this. And do the old fast forward trick. Okay? Because, you know, it's loud, obnoxious. I'm going to put my stuff on. And then 2 times speed, so fast! You know what I'm saying? So, we'll get to that. Okay, I figured you guys would want to come in here and see what's going on with the measurement stuff. So basically, I take my pencil here. I'm going to get it to where it's about right on the money. A foot and 3/8, right there. Okay, you make your little mark. Then you get your straight edge that we found on the floor. We'll take it. Make a little mark just like so. Okay. Might be a little hard for you guys to see. But if you want the same thing on the other side just to make sure that it's straight, you can go ahead and measure it. Make a mark where it is and then do the straight edge again. We'll go ahead and do that just to show you guys that you don't necessarily have to, especially when you're cutting with the this grinder here. The disc is flat. As long as you keep it pretty much on that line, you should be relatively alright. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm not here to do perfect. I'm just here to get stuff done. You guys know what I'm saying? 12 foot 3/8 right there. Take this straight edge again. Okay, now we have 2 lines that we can follow. Go ahead and make it come across there. And then we should be good to go. That should be right on the money. We're just going to go ahead and cut it with the grinder. I'm going to move you guys back over here so you guys can see what's going on. And we'll cut it off. Go make sure it fits over there. And then we'll cut the next one. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take this over here. It's had enough time to cool off. Measure this up. It looks pretty much where it needs to be. It's going to be a little bit short, but it's not a big deal as long as it covers most of that. Now, before I start cleaning these edges up with the bench grinder here, I'm going to go ahead and remeasure another one, cut it, and then I'll meet you guys over here. We'll start doing the bench grinding process. I'm just going to cut this one quick, get it out of the way. We'll meet over there. Alright, so we got these cleaned up. I wouldn't say they're necessarily the straightest things in the world, but they don't have to be, alright? Basically, these are just going to be what the seat is going to be hanging on to the bottom of the cab with, so I'm going to have to figure out how in the world I'm going to put the, because I was thinking about rivets here and here, but I mean, come on now. You can't hold a seat with rivets. What was I thinking? You know? So maybe what we do is I put it on here and weld it across that. Because this has little rollers in it. Come on now, camera guy. This has rollers in it to allow the seat to move forward and back. And I don't necessarily want to take this all apart. Because I just don't want to. Basically, here's how it works. You pull this lever. I had to move this spring. It's not supposed to be there, but it is. So you move that lever, and it actuates that little thing down there. And it has a little locker and all sorts of stuff. Anyways, you pull the lever, it moves forward and back. Okay? It's not that hard to understand. But the thing is, I can't weld on the locker side, but just here. So, do we try to bolt it? Like, do we put a bolt through here? I don't have a bolt that small. That makes a difference, you know? So, I don't know. We'll have to figure, maybe we just tack it, weld a strip, weld a strip, weld a strip, and then weld right here. And maybe that'll have to do it and tack here. And then the same on the other side, but I don't know. We'll have to put some thought into this. But I at least want to get these welded on here today. So tomorrow I can hop in that thing and put it in, weld it up real quick, and then bang, boom, pow. That's all we needed. But I'm going to have to do some thinking on this. Give me about 30 minutes. Let me go think. You can think with me if you want. And let me know. Give me some thoughts here. Please help me in the future. Alright, so far I just tacked two sides. I wanted to make sure that it was flush here and here, because you can see it pretty close there, okay? So I just tacked it for now so it won't move. What I'm going to wind up doing is tacking, tack, tack. Now there is a pretty big gap here. What I might do is just run a good bead, or yeah, a good bead from here, and then kind of like, well, I could heat this up and kind of bend it, but I really just want to try to tack it a little bit and see if I can get it to bridge, and then we might try bending it there, and then we're probably gonna run a bead here as well. I don't think it needs too much. I think just on the outside here and the outside there will be just enough, and then we'll do the outside here and the outside here on the opposite side, and then I'm thinking that'll be good. Yeah, I guess a little bit more welding. I might leave this out for now. I can run a bead here and see if I can kind of bend it in place when it's, because when I weld it's gonna get hot, so maybe without trying to put a torch to it, I can try to use the weld heat to bend it that way, and probably try the same with the other side. I don't really need much of a bend, but I'm also trying to make sure that this thing's still gonna move back and forth. I don't want to mess with the bearing and grease and stuff by getting it too hot, but we are gonna get this pretty warm, so I'm hoping the rollers are up here, which I think they should be, and not in this, but we'll see if we can get it to roll and do what it's supposed to after we weld these corners up here. Just so you guys know, auto darkening helmet. That's how I can see through it. It's not the original type. I am using kind of an okay wire welder. I have it on a low setting, and I have the wire speed around 5 to 6, just so you guys know what I'm working with here. Anyways, see if we can get this put in here right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop, clean this up with a wire brush, and then off camera I'm going to go ahead and just weld this in, and when I get done with it and I think it's good, I'll show you guys. Alright, here we are. They're not the greatest welds in the world, and I don't claim to be the best welder. The ends were pretty difficult because that metal's super thin, and I was just kind of buttoning them up, but I think that's good enough. I'm not going to worry about them. I was thinking about it. I was going to bend it, but the floor out there isn't going to have that arch that this does, so I'm going to leave that pretty flat so it's easier to work with out in the truck. But I think that's going to be good enough. I don't think I could get to the bottom like I wanted to. If you can see up in there, it's not really the flattest thing in the world, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it because it overhangs right there, see? So I don't think I'm going to be able to get up in there, but I think this will hold it really well. I think I'm going to try to do the same thing on the other side, maybe now or tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, I haven't made up my mind. I kind of want to give this a little thought on inside the truck and everything, but I think it'll be alright. What I'm going to do is, that's where the truck bed is going to be, or the floor is going to be, and I'm going to butt that up to it and weld it just like this out there. Next owner's going to hate me, but I mean, I don't have any other option, because I'm not going to go out and fit everything up and do all that humbo jumbo crap. But hopefully this will slide, because when I was welding this, like I said, that grease in there, man, it wasn't happy. It's popping and stuff. I might have to put some more grease in it at some point, but worry about that when it becomes a problem. So there we are for now, and I'm gonna go ahead and weld that up, and we'll probably pick up tomorrow when I go ahead and get ready to install it in the cab of that truck. How's it going, everybody? I was getting ready to put the seat in this truck for this week, and we ran into another problem that's going to stop us until probably next week. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around let you guys see what it's gonna be holding me back, and then you'll understand why we'll put it in next week, hopefully. Okay, so I was giving it some thought of the stuff that I would have to make sure was good before I went ahead and welded this seat in here. And obviously you're going to want to make sure your seat belts are going to be good for a while. Now, they are kind of rusted, and this seat belt actually does work like it's supposed to, but the other side unfortunately does not, and I'll come around here and show you real quick. It's pretty rusted. It's looking about as good as the bed back here, so we're gonna have to look into getting another one. You can already see that there's a hole straight through it. I went ahead and I tried to open it a minute ago, and it peeled straight up. Let's see if I can recreate the problem. See, I tried to open it and it just bent and basically exploded into rust. So unfortunately, this is one of those things that I should have changed before, but I'm gonna have to take care of it now because I refuse to weld the seat in there then try to fix some seat belts. It's just, I want to take care of this stuff beforehand. So what I'm gonna do, just for the video's sake and so you guys can see what's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one out. We did a lot this week in a very minimal amount of time. Alright everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a great week. We've got a lot of stuff done. I know it might not seem like much, but we definitely are well on the way. Only a few things left to hopefully get this old thing back on the road. We can drive it around for a little bit, you know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't. Anyways, now that spill's over, okay, just have a good one, you know what I'm saying? So get out there and you guys have a good day. Thank you guys for watching. Video's going to be out every Friday, okay? So hope to see you guys on the next one. You guys